Hey everyone, this is Nick Gregan here, and welcome to Snapshots number 5. And today we're going to talk about the Cloak of Character and how it will help you get a better headshot. So, my name's Nick Gregan. I'm a headshot photographer with over 27 years experience and about 20,000 happy clients. And I've also written the only book, as far as I'm aware, in the world that teaches actors how to get a better headshot. It's called the Headshot Bible. It's 50 tips for a perfect headshot, and it is jam-packed full of really, really useful information, and to help you as an actor get a better headshot. What does a better headshot get you? More auditions. Anyway, so today we're talking about the cloak of character. Now, this is a technique I came up with and I've named. I mean, I'm sure plenty of other photographers do it as well, but it's a technique I use to help actors get the very best out of their headshot session. Basically, what it involves is to put an actor on a stage in front of maybe 400, 500, 600 people, a full house, and they're absolutely 100% comfortable in what they're doing. Put them on a film set or a TV set in front of a crew of 20 or 30 people, and they're absolutely 100% comfortable expressing all the things that an actor needs to do to make that part theirs and to own that part. However, as soon as the actor steps in front of the stills camera for their headshot, all those things seem to go to pot. What do I mean by that? Well, actors tend to start to worry about all their little things going on in their head, all the little idiosyncrasies they have, and the little fears. In fact, I photographed somebody this morning at the moment, and the reason I'm doing this kind of on the run is because I'm having to photograph lots and lots of authors and celebrities at a place called Wimbledon Book Festival. So I've just nicked into a back room here to do this. But I photographed somebody today who the first thing they said to me was they hated having their photograph done. Now that's something that so many actors say on a regular basis. And it's something I'm used to hearing, and I have my techniques of dealing with it. And one of them is using this thing called the cloak of character. Others will be scenarios, scenes, um, improvisation, and monologues, all sorts of things. But essentially, what people say when they say they hate having their photograph taken is that they're not comfortable with the way they look, or they have some little thing, like a little green man on their shoulder that says, "Oh, I don't like my big nose. I've got a big nose. So what? I don't like my big nose. I don't like my bald head. I don't like my big ears, my double chin." There's all those little things that creep into an actor's mind when it's just them in front of the camera, because basically everything is down to the bare bone. It's you as you are, not you in a character as you are when you're on stage. And so I thought to myself, well, why don't I start to get actors to use this cloak of character, which is a way of wrapping this cloak around you and going into a character that you like to play, that may be a character you have played in the past. It may be a character out of one of your favorite movies that you like and you think you'd like to play that. I've had people come in and pretend to be James Bond. But what it does, it allows them in that James Bond character to say and do things that they, as an individual actor, might feel a little bit uncomfortable doing. So the cloak of character is essentially using a character to allow yourself as an actor to express emotions and personalities. And what it does, it helps you relate to the camera, and it really takes over the fact that you're worried about how you look or how you feel in front of the camera, and because you're doing what you're trained to do, which is act. And one of the things I do is I give you direction, I'll give you scenarios. There's lots of techniques, but this cloak of character works for those people who are, you know, concerned about the way they look. Some people might say, I've got big teeth. I don't like my teeth. I don't want to smile. Well, the thing is, Generally, the only person who's conscious of those sort of things, is the actor themselves. We as humans, we make our visual make our visual judgment straight away in a split second, and we can't help the way we make that judgment. It happens in split seconds, and it comes through millions of years of evolution. But we make a judgment in a split second about the way something looks. Now, casting directors who are trained to do this and are trained to make judgments much quicker than we do as normal individuals are used to seeing hundreds of pictures a day, and they make their judgments quickly. So they tend not to look at the idiosyncrasies that you think you might have a big ear or sticking out ears or something like that, something along those lines. I've got a little story that happened quite a few years ago. I had somebody come to see me, a girl come to see me who wouldn't turn to the side, slightly to the side for a photograph, and I was somewhat concerned. When I asked her why wouldn't she turn, she wanted to be dead straight on like this to the camera all the time. And I asked her why, and she said, "Well, it's because I've got a big nose." And she had, a nose like mine, a big nose. And so I said to her, "Well, okay, what are you worried about? It's who you are." And she said, "No, if people see that I've got a big nose, they might not like me. They might not like me and invite me to audition." And I said to her, "Well, isn't it better to show people exactly who you are right up front so that when you travel way across London, which may take you an hour and a half to get to an audition, when you walk in the audition, they're fully expecting who you are." And we know the casting director's number one complaint is that an actor walks in and doesn't look like the photograph. So if they haven't seen you as a true representation, they can't see the fact that you have a big nose. It might stop you getting the part. You might have wasted your time going over there, and more importantly, waste the time of the casting director and left a bad impression on them. However, there are plenty of roles out there where casting directors are looking for people with big noses. What's wrong with that? And if you don't show you've got a bigger nose or a bigger nose than anybody else, or sticky out ears or whatever it may be, then you're stopping yourself from getting that role. Anyway, on that, during the session, I managed to persuade, cajole, whatever it may be, to have a picture done slightly from the side so it showed the size of her nose. She rang me about 2.5 months later on, absolutely over the moon and ecstatic because she just landed a TV commercial with an airline. And it was partly because of her nose, and she said they were looking for a particular type of person, and she fit there what they're looking for. So she was thrilled. Now, she didn't give me any of a fee, but that's all right, But I was chuffed because my job is to help get people the very best picture they can. And in this case, I'd got her a great picture that got her work, and I think also to a large extent helped get her over her self-consciousness of having this big nose. Now we all have self-conscious issues, but the cloak of character wraps around. I used to wrap around your body in those self-conscious issues and allows you to slip into a character and be what you are, which is an actor, and act in front of the camera. And that is one of the most crucial things you can do, one of the most crucial techniques you can take away from all these snapshots I'm doing. If you, as an actor, when you go into your headshot session, can act in front of the camera, you'll get a much, much better headshot than you would in normally. So I hope you found this interesting. I know it's a bit on a run and gun and not my usual um, Facebook Live, but it's the best I can do under the circumstances. And I'm back out shooting again in about 15 minutes at 2:30. So if you liked it, leave me a comment. If you've got any questions, drop them in the comments. I'll absolutely reply to you. And also, if you'd like me to talk about something particular on the next one, which will be Monday, I'm more than happy to talk about any subject, talking about headshots that I can pass my knowledge on. Because after all, I want you guys as actors to get a better headshot. And getting a better headshot means more auditions. Okay, guys? Thanks for watching. This has been Snapshots number 5 with Nick Gregan, headshot photographer in London. Thanks now. Cheers. Bye.